11. I will be watching it from Funimation's website, and I'll be starting my reaction in 1, 0, and go. Alright, I'm pumped up for this, because honestly, the series has been on a hot streak. It's a shame how underrated it is, though, which I'll talk about that once it gets to its opening. Whoa! Wait, how did she end up here? Oh boy. Unless it's the nightmare sequence that... Huh. But that's the biggest question. How in the world was Ruka captured, though? Did I just miss half an episode of content? I mean, seriously. Oh. But yeah, no, what the... No, seriously, what the fuck? Now, yeah, I don't remember Ruka being captured at the end of episode number... episode 10. I feel like they should have at least shown that on screen, I'm just saying. Because really, it's the one time that Uta and Nina actually do something competently. And it happens off screen. Can I have a little bit down there? And saying that, yeah, it does have a lot of tension, don't get me wrong. I mean, because all things considered, it's tense only given the fact that Uta and Nina are going to be completely unpredictable. And two, considering the bond that everyone has with Ruka, it's going to lead to a lot of interesting characterization when it comes to the girls. So, yeah. I could see why they'd want to go with like a whole kidnapping plot point, but geez. If you're going to have something major like that happen... But you know what? I'll give the writers the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they actually will show it off. And they'll actually go back into how everything happened and how Ruka got captured. Either way, I'm being honest, I'm not a really big fan of what they did in the first bit of the episode, though. I'll be a liar saying, oh yeah, I liked it. No, I don't. But, in saying that, animes could have a pretty questionable first scene, but then afterwards they can pick it up in the latter half. And who knows, maybe the kidnapping actually did happen, is going to happen in the episode. And it's going to be an episode that doesn't tell its story in chronological order. Okay. At least now we know. Yo! Okay, talk about a big baller move there. I just hope that those two are going to be enough, though. That's the thing. Yo, I wonder where this girl's gonna go with this. But overall, it does look pretty darn intriguing, if you ask me. God, I mean, no matter how many times I look at it, Momo's transformation looks pretty damn freaking kick-ass, if you ask me. And at least here, even though yes, the exposition probably feels a bit longer than it should, I like how it explains how Momo benefited by interacting with both Ruka, and not just Ruka, but also with Hirata too, so that's actually nice. Oh boy, I'm hopped up for this. And I like the tense music too. Oh. I mean, at this point, they can't really expect a warm welcoming in this case. I'm just saying. I know they're calling them cowards, but honestly, Uta and Nina are handling it smartly, considering that the first few rodeos against the girls haven't gone well. I'm really not gonna blame them for how they're tackling things. Oh, talk about absolutely cold there. The thing is, though, Mia's so far the deep end, and then with her mind being manipulated, what the hell knows what she's going to be capable of at this point? Oh boy. I just wonder if that girl's gonna scrap, because when it comes to Shino, she had such a marvelous reference in the previous episode. And the way Shino's like getting close to Mio. Yo, that is just insult to injury there. Well, going by how things have gone down, they're probably planning some crazy shit. At least all things considered. I'm assuming that okay, you know what? I'm actually glad how now they're finally giving us more answers at the very least. The thing is, though, who knows what? Considering the build-up in the series, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna find out interfering with the common. Huh. I'm assuming because of the actions of Mio, yeah, taking the feelings of girls and her crew. That's my guess. Although my guess is that person is Shino, because considering that she's the one operating the strings behind Mio, I don't think it can be anyone else other than her. All things considered. Hmm. At least now we get a at least larger sense of why Mio does what she does at the very least. So it does a great job of giving her more characterization. The thing is, though, I think the way Mia's talking to Steve Fetus, I think she really should have tried harder at protecting people, even if she failed in her previous attempts. What's to say that she can't succeed in successive attempts? Well, it only makes someone stronger worse experiences if they can get through those terrible circumstances. So what's going to be their goal? Unleashing the apocalypse upon the human world? And just leaving a few key people alive? Wait! The thing is, if that happens, they're not going to be able to... Oh, I actually like the higher stakes because if he fell. Then those girls aren't going to be able to get their feelings back. Okay, I actually like how at least they're giving a bit of emotional gravitas into the episode. Hope she gets on. Oh. So what is it implying? That maybe everyone's consciousness will come together? Kind of feels like that. Everyone's consciousness becoming together because if everyone's feelings become exposed to each other, then I mean that potentially means that everyone's consciousness is going to become together at that point. Or at least that's what it's implying. The thing is, what's to say that if Mio and her friends actually do manage to do that, what's to say they're not going to make a more corrupt world? Huh. The thing is, if they do that, a lot of individuality is going to be wrecked then. But in saying that, it's finally nice to get to see where Shino's coming from. Instead of just being a kawaii villainous character to be in the series, I'm actually like this. And here's what Mia should have done though. I think that maybe she'd have been better off trying to fight again and seeing how things would work out this time instead of just trying to do something as crazy of. I do like that fight though. And I girls, you look epic. That is fucking cheap. But the thing is, it's not going to prevent them from stabbing Ruka, though, if our girls step out of line, though. But if they don't, Ruka's going to die. Which, again, is still kind of annoying. And I do remember the previous episode completely now. Ruka wasn't kidnapped there, which... Oh! Finally, she awake! And knowing Ruka, she would rather her life be lost than already putting herself in potential danger. The thing is, no matter what decision Hori makes, I'm not going to blame her. If she decides to keep on fighting, then I'm not gonna blame her. If she doesn't fight to protect Ruka, then I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna really blame her either. Oh. Oh, oh, that's adorable. I mean, hey, she may be a dummy, but she is Haruka's dummy. Fuck, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Especially considering the fact that the previous episode, they imply that they're going to want to sacrifice Hirata. Huh! So wait, can she transform without the ring? Oh! Alright, it's too late now. Because that hesitation get... Yo, oh, okay. And you know what I like about the writing? They try to take away Ruka's ring, but it obviously didn't work. So I like how in that them doing that in the previous scene, it didn't put themselves in a position of having a plot where viewer says, why didn't they just try to take off the ring? Because they tried it and they couldn't harm Ruka either, because obviously she was their hostage. Yo, is the control finally breaking? The hypnosis? Oh man, that bitch, she needs to stay the fuck away from... Oh! Oh, Oh, I gotta admit though, even though Shino is a cruel sack of trash, she is an intelligent and manipulative sack of trash. At least as far as standards for this series go, she is an engaging antagonist. Yeah, you know, at this point, NH isn't gonna work. They're gonna have to go with straight up fighting at this rate. Hey, I've been wanting to see a 3-on-3 fighting sequence. Hey, yo, the animation looks good. I actually like how there's sparkles after the blades collide. It feels tense. Finally, I wonder when the girl's gonna get her ring back. Yeah! Ah, so, okay, it looks like... Hey, at least there's no credits this time. Which makes sense, considering the... Finally! Mama was pushing back Mio after jogging to her in previous episodes. Fuck yeah. Oh, okay, at least now we finally get some limitations for Shino's abilities. About damn time. Oh man, I hope Nina doesn't put it on, but considering that she's being goaded on, and she's gonna want to try to be as useful as Mio, I mean, as useful to Mio as possible, she's definitely gonna fall into temptation. Oh. Talk about absolute conviction. Good, I mean... Oh! And I do like how they're taking advantage of it being a 3-on-3 combat format, because you have a Momo interfere to make sure that Chidori isn't harmed, but then instantly she gets hit by Mio. It makes the fight look a lot more dynamic. Instead of just having 3 separate fights. Hey, Ruka makes a great point. The thing is, the reality isn't easy. That's the unfortunate thing. Yo, it sounded like she broke her arm for a second with the crack. Oh! Did she die? No, okay. I thought for a second she was stabbed to death. I mean, she does look in the worstest. Yet the thing is, though, she's going to lose her sister again, though, with the way Mio's handling things. Oh. But the biggest question is, though, why would you do that unless there was still some bit of Mio that still wanted to believe in her sister and all that? When she makes a appeal like that, how can you resist? But then again, I'm assuming Shino's going to do something crazy. Oh! Yo, now that is a cheap move. I mean, it's natural why. And not just that, but Hiyori's importing towards Momo too. I gotta admit, now that was ballsy as hell. Oh. I mean, maybe she can put it back instead of Momo? Yeah, because there's no way they're going to get off of Momo. And, I mean, Momo's had way too much build-up, but then again, you never know in this series. Hey, Yodi's also pretty similar to me in that case. And Momo definitely lived up to that billing. Oh, this Shino bitch! And her taking pleasure in watching other people suffer. Man, I hope anyone, I don't even care who, just takes her down. Yeah, Shino's the biggest sinner of them all, though. We're talking about... Oh, man, that clearly hurts like a motherfucker. Okay, not much I can gather from the preview other than it's going to be filled with a lot of drama and intensity, which You know what? That's what I signed myself up for when I watched the series, so sign me the fuck up for that. Now, and saying that, there were things that were good and bad about this episode, though. So, let me come off with the good first. I'll talk about the positive. I do love how that scene where Momo says that she's going to protect what's precious to me. I love how she lives up to that when she takes the hit instead of Hiyori. And that's really dang nice because in the previous episodes, they never really gave Momo that epic it moment. She was almost always getting her ass whooped by Mio in the previous episodes. So it was finally nice to get her to see her have a cool moment. As a self-sacrifice at the very least. So I think it did a good job in putting in some respect towards her name. Because before this episode, it was pretty much Hiroi and Ruka accomplishing most of the victories in the series. So that's why I did like that specific elements in this episode. And I love seeing Mio conflicted and seeing Shino act like the manipulating bastard she is, because if it wasn't for her, then yeah, Mio would probably be in a much more normal state. And that's what I love, because it builds up Shino as an interesting final bad. And it's nice to finally get the goals of the main antagonist, too. To manipulate people's emotions because they believe that's the way that there'll be peace. Honestly, as far as villain goals go, even though it's something common that you see a lot of animes, I still think it's an interesting goal regardless. So at the very least, it made Shino a much more interesting character. Now, in saying that though, there were negatives in the episode. Didn't like how it just went straight to instantly Ruka being kidnapped off screen. That really annoyed me because I was like, it would have been nice to see how Mio planned it, but no, they just had it happen off screen. And there were other issues too, like a lot of the ways they presented exposition felt a bit drab because, let me explain why. Because with the way they introduce some of the expositions, it's nice to find information about the commons and all that. But, in saying that, it felt like the episode was a bit slow in certain instances, though. I felt like maybe they could have paced a bit of the things better by mixing in dialogue during combat sequences, because some of the much more higher produced animes actually have done that this season, like Seven Knights Hero Successor does that a lot. Sama Spider Soa also does that a lot. Dragon Quest Adventure Die does it a lot. This series probably would have benefited if it would have sequenced a bit of the action set pieces during dialogue sequences. But, in saying that none of the downsides were damning, the episode I still like regardless because it at least provided a lot of major information bits. And the animation was still good regardless. It was above average of the typical blue reflection ray usual standards, so at least I gotta give it credit for that. And that's why, if I had to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional, I'm definitely going to be giving it a 7 out of 10. I gotta respect the craftsmanship, but in saying that, though, I feel it could have handled things a little bit better. And plus, I'm surprised no one brought up the question towards Mio as to, like, why didn't she just try to fight Sephoria again in this timeline, but with the knowledge that she gained from the previous battle? Like, they never really explained why she doesn't just try again. And that's something that kind of irks me too, because at least in the Madoka Magica series, before Homura became batshit insane and there was constant time loops, at least you saw her try multiple times. And they explained why she eventually lost her sanity, because after trying near infinite amount of times, yeah, it's gonna wreck someone emotionally. I kind of feel like the series, they should have maybe made it towards where if, say, Mio's making all these evil actions, they should have at the very least had her go through at least a few resets first. And they kind of do lower the stakes a little bit, because when they mention the fact that if everything fails, it's going to be reset again. I'm not sure how I feel about that because just knowing that if everything fails, it's just rinse and repeat kind of takes a little bit of the stakes away, if I'm not going to lie. Because it's like, oh, you lost in the video game? Well, you can just press the reset button and you'll be fine. Kind of gives me that kind of vibes, and it does lower the stakes a good deal. Where I feel like if they would have established that maybe if the girls only had maybe one more shot, then I'd be like, all right, you know what? I feel urgency. I feel tension. This episode kind of took a little bit away of that urgency due to some of the dialogue in the episode. Not to say that it was awful. I mean, I still liked it, but it could have been better in a few places, if I'm being perfectly honest. But, anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on the episode. I would really love to hear your thoughts on how I feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the video, share, rate, comments, or subscribe, and I'll see y'all later if you come back for more, because I'm going to be reacting to the next episode when it comes out. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all very much for watching my video, and have a fantastic day, everyone.